Yo, what's up? It's Laura Homeboy, and I got this request from one of the homies. This video is about how to look like you're not high when you're high as shit. I'm gonna give you some of my best advice and the tips I used throughout my life. Now, the first tip that I have for you, if you look high as fuck and you just look really high, you can make a mad face and you won't look high, you'll just look mad. You got the low eyes and your mouth keeps hanging open and shit like that. Just look mad and you won't look high. My next tip is try not to laugh. My next tip is kind of impractical, but I've seen a lot of people do it. First day of school, first day of work, interview, things like that. Take an ID picture, show up high the first day. Show up high every single day. So when you're high, they think that's how you normally look and how you normally act. They're gonna think you're weird when you're sober. They're gonna be used to the high you. So show up high and be high every day. Next, affirm that you're high. Look in the mirror, look at your phone, selfie mode, and say, I don't look high, I'm acting sober, I'm perfectly normal. But you gotta feel it, you gotta really want that shit though. Next two tips, relax. Relax first before you get high, before you make that appointment. Eat first so you don't have the fucking munchies, especially if you work at a restaurant and you're going to a restaurant, or if you're going shopping, food shopping. Next, get it out while you're still in your personal space. Listen to your Bone Thugs or your whatever the fuck you listen to. Relax while you're high, when you're driving to work or when you're walking about to get on the next bus. Then listen to inspirational music. That's what I always did. I listened to some laid back chill shit on the train, and then when I got to that stop, I put on some fast ass music, opened my fucking Coca-Cola, walked down the street, smoked my cigarette, got to work, and I didn't feel as high. I felt just as high, but like I was ready to go though. I wasn't all sluggish and shit. Next, drink water. That's a lot of people's problems when they get high. Their eyes get all fucking red and shit because they're dehydrated. That shit takes the water out your eyes or whatever. You want to eat less and you don't get fucking cotton mouth. And if you don't have access to water, a lot of professionals, fucking smokers, always keep eye drops. I always had like 2-3 packs of eye drops and shit. Cause, whatever. Next, stay aware of your surroundings. If you're aware of your surroundings, nobody can sneak up on you. Nothing's gonna creep you the fuck out. Like, I worked in the kitchen, I would always be high as fuck, and I had to get used to the fucking buzzers and people fucking calling my name for orders and shit like that. When I first started smoking at that job, I started fucking up a lot because I wasn't used to all the surprises and the fucking lights and sounds and shit. So stay aware of your surroundings. Next, stay to yourself. Then nobody's gonna know you're high in the first place. Next, smoke a bowl. If you smoke a bowl, you don't smell it like weed as much. Cologne, put on cologne. You gotta find the right cologne, because some colognes are gonna exaggerate the smell and other colognes are complement it, so you'll smell like weed and cologne. And there's some colognes that'll just totally cover that shit up. Next, with me, see, I smoked, like when I had to do some shit, I had to go to school, I would smoke naked as fuck in the bathroom and keep the window open and keep the clothes I was gonna wear in a whole different fucking room, so you don't smell like weed. Next, smoke outdoors. Next, be mindful of your jokes and your moods. Like, of course, a lot of people get high or whatever the fuck, and they start saying things that they wouldn't normally say, especially when it comes to their jokes. So be mindful of what you're gonna say and what you did say, so you can cover that shit up. Be mindful of your mood. You might get high and start getting in your feelings and shit like that. You might get high or whatever the fuck happens. Just make sure that you're in the right kind of energy for your environment and your appointment. Next, this is really important. Gauge how high you are before you leave. If you're too high, you need to be able to counteract that shit. If you're at a medium level or a low level, you need to be able to know what to do. Next, make sure you don't do anything that's gonna make you higher by the time you get to your appointment. With me, when I get drunk or I get high and I stand in one spot and I get up and walk, my heart starts beating and the drug starts circulating and shit. I'm talking about weed. But sometimes a lot of people, they smoke weed and they get higher when they go on a walk. Or they listen to certain kinds of music just because they like it so much, you know, that dopamine kicks in and all of that shit. And it's just engineered to make you, to boost euphoria, to make your mood, to enhance your mood. And cigarettes, a lot of people smoke cigarettes and they got higher or whatever the fuck, or drunker. And my last, the most important tip is practice, 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 practice. Get a whole bunch of weed and just get high and try to walk in a straight line or try to have a conversation, call your mom or some shit. You know, try to just do this shit in your free time. So when you actually do want to show up at a place high, like at court or whatever the fuck you got to do at work, practice that shit in your free time, bro. These are my 6 do nots. My first do not is do not listen to get high music or chill music all the way to your appointment. Like I said, you can listen to that shit like 3/4 of the way, and the last 1/4 of the way, switch it up, listen to some DMX or some shit that's gonna make your heart beat. Next, stay out of them. If you're gonna get like real hot or real cold, I would say that is not the environment for you to be going into or smoking, because you're gonna switch temperatures and it's gonna fuck with your circulation and your mood and shit. So if you work at McDonald's and you gotta go in and out the cooler and shit or the freezer, I would say not to smoke until you get on lunch break. Don't smoke and go to your appointment and eat or keep munchies on you, because you're gonna look high. Everybody who eats when they're high, they always look high. It's unescapable. Next, don't overexert yourself. If you work at UPS, FedEx, you gotta carry some boxes. That shit's just gonna make you more tired. Your muscles relax when you when you get high. So you're more vulnerable. You know, you're more susceptible to tears and injuries when you're high and shit like that. And if you're high, they're gonna be able to detect that shit when you go to take your drug test. If you try to get workers' comp or whatever the fuck. Next, don't talk. Try not to talk too much. When I used to get high and go to work, I used to fucking go in the fucking corner, get on my phone, do whatever. And next, the second most important tip: don't tell people you're high, because there's assholes all over the place, and they're gonna try to fuck with you and try to get you to fuck up or say some dumb shit or do some dumb shit because they think it's funny. Personally, I never thought that shit was funny, messing with people under the influence. But yeah, that's it. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, do all that good shit. Share this video, it's Lord Homeboy. Peace.